Welcome to part two. So now, Adam, we'll talk about you now because I've read a lot about you and I say that I have a lot of questions. First of all, let's start from something quite evident. On your Instagram account, we can see that you're vegan. Tell me what you ate, for example, during the Giro d'Italia.
Yeah, so, well, we at the Grand Tours, we get very traditional food. So especially at the Giro, for example, there's always rice, which is vegan. You guys always have potatoes, which is vegan. Then you have eggplant, and you have these capsicums that's sort of roasted. So this is also vegan. And so that was mainly for like the evening meals, also some types of salads and things like that. Now, in the morning before the race, almost everyone is pretty much vegan. They're eating oats, they're eating porridge, they're eating some type of cereal. This is all vegan. Some people, like no cyclist that I know that I'm aware of, actually has milk in the morning, like dairy milk. They always have some type of soy, rice, or oat milk. So, you know, they also follow the vegan path because your carbohydrates, the base of carbohydrates, is all vegan. There's nothing from an animal product that is the carbohydrate. So, you know, your milk, your meat, your eggs, it's all protein based. And then in the race, gels, vegan. Most race bars are vegan because they're based on oats or based on dates or some type of dried fruit. And some companies do add in, like, let's say dairy or some type of flavoring. It's not performance enhancing. It doesn't help you in the race, but it's got a nice taste. So technically it's also vegan, but I don't have this, I just have gels. And then after the race, we had Sanas's protein shake. So I had this as a protein after that. And that was based on pea protein and a mixture of soy, because you have to do this to get your 9 essential branched chain amino acids. So I got that. And then also after the race, I'd also have some rice or some oats, because you have to have carbohydrate also after the race to fill up your stores. So that was my basic day plan, which is pretty easy.
Yeah, it is. So if I've understood right, you created a software used also by a lot of students. Tell me something about this.
So I joined the team in 2011. I was Amiga Pharma. And in 2012, Amiga Pharma Lotto split. Amiga Pharma went with Quickstep, and then Lotto started their own team. And Amiga Pharma owned the software that we use, logistical software. And 2011, I hated the software. It was horrible. For example, like, it was logistics software. So you had all your flights. It had some of your team members in there, but not all the staff. And the thing is, we use this. So when you go to the airport, you see what flight you're on, which is fine. But because a lot of races, we fly the next day. So if you finish the race on Sunday and you fly on Monday, when you go to the software to check your flight, it's gone because the race is finished on a Sunday. So it gets deleted from your calendar. And then you'll be at the airport. You wouldn't know what your flight is or anything. So I was not happy with it. It was hard to log in, things like that. And when the team split and they took the software, I didn't like it so much. I actually offered to the team I'd write you a better logistics software. And they took me up on it because they were getting quotes and it was very expensive. So they were actually super happy. And then I wrote it exactly how cyclists wanted to see it. And then I worked with the administrator of the team, of the admin, and wrote it how they wanted to input the data. So yeah, well, I made this good logistics software, and it's got other features also, but that's how I started it, and everyone's super happy with it, and the team's still using it. So it's actually worked out well.
But you have also created a line of clothing, and I would say your masterpieces are your shoes, which are very famous.
Yeah, the shoes is I've always had a passion with composites, working with carbon fiber and things like that. And I was a bit of a weight winnie before I was a professional, so I was always worried about how heavy everything is. I want to make things light as possible. And my original shoes that I loved heaps were DMTs, or Italian shoe. Loved them. They were super good. And then back in those days, they went from the Velcro straps to the ratchet system, and this was always on the bone of my foot, and I struggled with this, just with my type of feet. And I thought, why not? I'll make some shoes. I thought it'd be easy, but it was very difficult. I actually struggled quite a lot at the start. But as years went on, I think I mastered it in a way, and I was able to make the lighter shoes in the Peloton.
So now I have a question for you coming from our Instagram box. Giovanni asks you if your attention to this kind of details has ever somehow helped you.
Yeah, my attention. Well, yeah, I think when your attention to detail is good, and the way you train, the way you focus on life, the way you time management, and you want to be everything more precise in a sense where you're more efficient, you don't want to waste time. So it has helped quite a lot. And I always have the saying, do things, if you want things done right, do it yourself, or do things once. Don't do things twice. So I think if you're a lot more efficient if you get things done correctly. And you got to look at definitely when you're looking at attention to detail, you want, especially with your training, you want to be efficient. You want to be good time management skills. You want to focus a maximum amount of effort into specific training, so you're not wasting time, and you can focus the other areas on something else. So I definitely think it's a good way in life to attack it.
So if we read any article about you, we can easily see that we can say you're living your dream life. You're healthy. You have always something to do. You talk proudly about what you do. You have an incredible house. And in your free time, if I'm right, you also enjoy real estate. Tell us something that we still don't know about you.
Yeah, well, you're right. I do love my life. I am living the dream. I have everything I've ever dreamed of. I couldn't wish for anything more. Like I try, and what I've definitely tried to do, especially my cycling career, is kept my life a bit private. So I think what people know of me is enough. I like to keep the other things to myself.
So, Adam, this is going to be my last question. I found very interesting, but the things that impressed me the most is that you always want to understand why something is as it is. I mean, you're not satisfied to know things, we can say, sketchily. Am I right?
Yeah, actually, it's funny you say that, because that is so true. For me, I have to know how everything works, and it really annoys people, because I'm that annoying kid that's like, why is the sky blue? Why does it rain? All the, like, I just, everything, if it's something that I'm totally not interested, not something I don't even have a hobby or passion where I could see someone's like, how did that person do that? Or why is that person doing that? Or, I was in Rome this year for a holiday, and there was a military guarding this area, and I just I just thought it was out of place, and I just had to go up to the person, why are you here? He's like, to protect the citizens. And I'm like, I just needed to know, but why? Like, from what? Like, who's going to come and, like, steal the Colosseum, for example? But yeah, you're right. And for me, this has probably been I think people should be more curious on how. I think a lot of people are a bit naive today. They just want to live life and they don't care what happens. And the more to be curious, you learn a lot of what's happening around the world, how things work. And when, from my creative side, when I want to, for example, when I was making my shoes, as that was problem solving. I didn't know how to do things, and that. Just, you got to know why. You got to work out why. Like, why do people? First, I saw how people were doing it one method, and I was like, okay, why are they doing that way? What were they trying to, the obstacles they were trying to get around to get to that point. And I just think being curious I think it's a good attribute to have, because you can never stop learning.
You're incredible, right? So, Adam, as I said, this was my last question. I really, really want to thank you to have been with us, and I wish you a good luck for everything.
Thank you very much, and I appreciate the time you've given me for this. It was very nice. Have a good
Thank
evening.
you. Thanks, Adam.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone, for watching. See you at the next episode.